Hello people, so welcome to this video of Super Dragon Ball Heroes covering Big Bang Mission Chapter 5. And obviously the arc has been great so far in the manga, so let's hope it continues. Doing live reaction and review, let's go. Start off the chapter. Hey, why don't you patch up the space-time one more time? I told you it's impossible. Towanee's key is already got to... Oh, so wow. So we started off with Poutine and Salsa. And then Salsa says, why didn't you connect the space-time that Toa expanded back then? Poutine's facial expression in response is pretty hilarious and cute at the same time. You're too stingy. If you keep nagging at me like that, maybe it'd be better to let Genius Kun do it himself. Hey Genius Kun, is this at least even a thick-headed fool like you can feel it? His presence, there's no mistaking it. So obviously Vegito being felt within few now, because obviously he's a Dark King. You were in the memory of histories. There is no need to know I am you, and you are me. If you want this power, then the universe will be ours. Now, lend me your body to go. Oh, this is actually an interesting tidbit. Sorry, not interested. But this power is a different story. Allow me to indulge in it to my heart's content. Don't get in our way. So, Mira, this is interesting. So, Mira's about to attack Vegito. So obviously Vegito kicks Mira. Who are you? If you wanted to stop me, then that level of strength ain't gonna cut it. Even stopping you for a moment is enough. So Mira tries to fight another barrier. Now, awaken dearly. Vegito shatters the barrier with his knee, and Dark King Fu is born. One ominous key is surrounding him. What's more, there's something about him that's really changed. Toa-san, should I call you Mother instead? Well, my Lord Dark King, hey, stop that. For a long time I was lost. The meaning for why I was born, what were my roots. That's why Toa, Mother, I have to thank you for creating me. However, I apologize. I've got no interest in the position of a king. Although I want to thank you for allowing me to use this power. Now, shall we begin again? Wow. Okay. Damn, it suddenly became much harder to breathe. We need to find a way to get out of here fast. I don't have any power. I'm also at my limit, so even Trunks is like fading fast. Whatever Toa did is a lot more extreme than what she did in the anime. Time magic out, so Trunks falls down, Vegeta falls down, so everybody's like falling out of portals. Okay, so more portals has been cast, so time magic out. So oh wait, okay, not good. I made a hole in the universe tree. What marvelous energy, but it's hard to control it. I need to catch it here. Oh, what the hell is that thing? So, what a wonderful power. It's still developing, but even so, he's able to release this artifact to act his power much more than Mechikabura did. This is possible thanks to fused genetic encompassing several warriors. You're truly a fast warrior. Then how about this? So, infinite time slash. So, Few is coming up with some interesting techniques, I will say that. Vegito just demolishes it, so that's pretty cool. I will commend you. I can't get rid of you, even though I wield this power. The fights become troublesome. I can't afford to get in a few hits of my own. So even Vegito's having trouble. So Toa is like stepping in to like imprison Vegito. Dark King, Lord Dark King, please carry on with your plan as you see fit. You're going to flatter me if you keep talking like that. But after using this power, I know what must be done. If I provide the Dark Factor energy as nutrients for the universe tree, I can complete the Big Bang mission. Hey, now you plan on keep track with this technique? So, Vegito is pretty ragged out. I won't let you interfere anymore. And then in comes Super Saiyan 4 Vegito. Time Patrol, how did you escape the time chasm? I pulled them out there. I see, they were moving secretly from the shadow. So, yeah, there we go. So Demigra, Ribeiro and Shamel, more of them again. Lord Demigra, it seems we're a bit tad late. Yeah. A new king has been created. Demigra has this look like he's concerned, but at the same time he doesn't care. So that's interesting. The Dark Empire army is being resurrected. The Dark Demon Realm is at Mechikabura. Seal been broken. You could say that, but it's not it. The energy of the Dark Factor is certainly the source of the Dark King's own power. It's just that Mechikabura, as the retainer, didn't have enough of its life force filled in yet. Found a new retainer to latch onto, and a new Dark King has been brought forth. My investigation led me to believe that is the aim of Toa, to obstruct her. I passed on information to those who have been released. Oh! Those who have been released from Mechigabora, and they acted accordingly, but it didn't seem to go as I expected. They have failed me. So, wow. Okay. So, besides the power of the Dark King is a grave threat, we need you as much as you need us. So, there's more interaction here between the Time Patrol and Demigra. We will continue to work together from here on out. You stay here and look over Pan, Chan, and the others. This explains why they're fused. Oh, so, okay. I see you're the ones who informed South. That's right, it was a... We're already getting Ribera versus Toa. And Toa's dodging and Ribera's attacking with a wand. Toa's dodging like a boss. And then Mira is attacking Demigra. But Shamel blocks him. Wow! What the hell are these big ass hands? So he's creating hands apparently to shield himself. And Vegito in Super Saiyan 4 goes Limit Break. Not a surprise there. That's pretty cool though, I will say. The art again, superb. He surprised me just now. This is the power beyond limits that Dr. W mentions. So Few teleports behind Vegito. Super Saiyan 4 Vegito comes in with the attack, but Vegito counters with his own. Few blocks it. So the attack of Vegito is burning Few. Seems like it's better for me to fight at this distance with this form. So he's trying to create space here and using those hands. He's creating portals and shooting hands from them to attack that. So it's a long range distance attack. That's pretty cool. But Vegito actually kicks back one of the hands. And then there's another portal that opens behind it. This reminds me of Janemba's ability. And then another hand comes up from behind because a portal opens up behind Vegito and grabs a hold of Vegito in Super Saiyan 4. And there's the other one coming from behind too. So the Super Saiyan Blue Vegito is coming in to attack Few. Few blocks. Yeah, this is on a different level from the anime. It looks like the fusion will wear off if he doesn't preserve his power. If that's the case, so he's actually attacking Vegito's wrist. It looks like, oh, what the hell is this? So he's increasing the weight of he's increasing the weight so his arms can't move. It's heavy, isn't it? They're compressed energy gauntlets. Wow. Wow, okay. Fuse obviously powering the Universal Tree. There we go. It lives again. Rise and shine, Universe Tree. Let's resume the experiment. Vegito busts out of the hand that was grabbing him. Like how I'm going to let you do that. And out of nowhere, in comes Super Saiyan 4 Broly. So that's a chapter, and I have to say, easily the best chapter of the arc thus far. It was a step above. So impactful. It's so much detail. This is like, it's not as good as chapter 15 in the Dark Demon Realm mission, but this is a close second. Like, we got so much. It's information that it puts the anime to shame. And I hate to say that because I really enjoyed the Big Bang mission in the anime. I really did. But boy, if they went in this direction, I can only imagine. Let's start off at the top. So apparently, Poutine and Salsa were communicating with Demigra and Ribera. So Ribera was the one that told Salsa about Toa, apparently, which makes sense of why they was trying to track her down. Do they know what Toa's intentions are? Because she was in internal monologue in a couple of chapters ago, like, oh, Fuse my only goal to make him the Dark King Few. Obviously, that was a plan, but she had like there's like an internal conflict because she wanted nothing to do with Poutine and Salsa, but it was Ribeiro and Demigra that recruited him. On top of that, we know Demigra just set Hearts free, and we know that where that's going to lead to. This is a huge development that did not happen in the anime. Hooked. The opening page, the opening panel, where we got the conversation between Poutine and Salsa, and even though it seemed like a gag, again, it seemed like there's conflict between both because Poutine addresses Toa as Nissan. Salsa asks, hey, why didn't you connect the space-time that Toa expanded back then? Poutine kind of like brushes it off like, yo, you're too stingy, like a comedic gag. But if you look at it, I'm looking at the, wait, if she wanted to help out the Time Patrol, why didn't she do that? And I think there's differences of opinion. Salsa is a worshipper to Mechikabura, apparently. But he's going against few. But Poteen, I said this before, Poteen thinks of Toa as an older sister. If you read the bios, that's what it comes across. So, again, I like that. It's attention to detail. They're attacking Demigra, following Toa and Ribera starting their fight, made sense. Here, Mira charges for Demigra and gets blocked by Shamel. So we get a fight between Mira and Shamel. Both Vegitos and Dark King few. This was on a whole level compared to when you compare it to the anime. Like Super Saiyan 4 Vegito in Limit Break, we knew he was going to go up against few and appear. Again, I have to elaborate. The arts in this arc and the art in Super Dragon Ball Heroes is phenomenal. Like it just seems to get better and better. The art when it comes to Vegito, it's like Super Saiyan 4 Vegito, in certain instances looked amazing. Vegito Blue looked completely ragged out before his arms got heavier. Super Saiyan 4 Vegito in Limit Break busted out of the hands to actually a charge at few, only to be blocked by Broly to end the chapter. But there's a couple of things to me that are just as important. Obviously, the expansion on Demigra and Ribera's involvement. The fact that Ribera, and I think it was cool that Shamel was the one that released the Time Patrol from the time chasm that Toa locked them in. If it wasn't Demigra, Ribera, and Shamel, they would have been stuck there. One of those things I appreciate is detail and exposition. So Demigra confronting Trunks with this alliance makes a whole lot of sense. By the way, again, I like the personality, the interactions between the Time Patrol, more specifically Vegeta and Ribera. And obviously I love this chapter because we get the start of the Toa versus Ribera fight. Now I like this change I hope we get more of this. But the fact that they started this fight and didn't resolve this and it's still going on, it looks like. And we know Toa and Ribera have different modes. So it's going to continue. This is why I do live reactions to chapters like this. I want to get information like this and content like this. Again, it's one of those situations where it feels completely new. Now, the whole thing with View, this kind of like added more to his character. The whole conversation he had with Mechikabura, like the Dark Factor, gonna give up his body so the Dark Factor could take over him as the Dark King. And I like how we got that incorporated with a monologue between Mechikabura and View. View says, I'm not interested in you, I'm not interested in that, but I am interested in the power. So that was pretty cool. I also like how Toa tried to restrain Vegito. The way that View and Toa's interaction came off in this chapter was completely different than what we got in the anime. And I said this since we got the return of Toa in chapter 2 of this arc. I said that the interactions between the two come off more respectable than what we got in the anime. Case in point, View didn't say, get the hell out of here. View in the anime said, after becoming the Dark King, said, Toa, get the hell out of it. Didn't even acknowledge Toa. But in here, View acknowledges Toa and actually says, thank you for the power up. But I'm going to use this power to wake up the universal tree. That comes off a lot more respectable and it actually puts Toa in a better light. So that was actually pretty good, and it was a pretty good choice for them to go that route because, again, if it wasn't for Toa, View wouldn't have come this far. But this, Toa doesn't come off as a lapdog. She actually comes off more respectable because she wants to help out View, her created son. Rather than View just like cast her off as trash in the anime, only for Toa to come back and be literally a lapdog. So that was actually a pretty good direction for them to go in. I'll say the way they introduced like Ribera and Demigra returning into this arc alongside Shamel was really, really good. I want to touch on this because it looks, again, this goes back to what I said. The way they handled Toa is on a different level than the anime have handled Toa. Like, not to say there weren't good moments, but I feel like it's night and day with how they highlight Toa. Toa restrained Vegito. In the anime at all, Toa was just there. She did absolutely nothing until she clashed with Ribera. That was actually good. The way the manga handled Toa, not just in this arc, but the Dark Demon Realm mission, she restrained the Time Patrol. I explained this in the last video that I made about chapter 4. I'm going to expand upon this more because it's clear as day. She had the Time Patrol pinned down, locked up, crucified almost with the energy in the time chasm that she created. She didn't stick around. She went along with Mira to help out Few. Super Saiyan 4 Goku did not bust out of there like he did in the anime. Trashed all over Toa to have it being saved by a Mira. That didn't happen in the manga, and I actually appreciated that more, because if you want to take these characters seriously, you have to showcase they can take care of themselves when in a situation. But here, the Time Patrol couldn't even escape. You saw them collapsing, and if it wasn't for Shamel, Ribeiro, and Demigra, they probably would have ended up dead. And Ribeiro in the part 2 was by far the best part of the Dark Demon Realm machine in that second sequence. It's leading to something, and you can't take your eyes off it for whatever reason it is. So I love that, and I love the fact that these two are coming to blows now, which is why I think it's a good idea that they decided not to shoehorn this fight in this chapter. They're giving it time to breathe. This arc obviously has already been written, it's already been translated, so I can't say, I hope they extend this fight for an entire chapter. I know this fight's already been completed. I just don't know how it's going to end up. They can extend it a little bit more than what they did in the anime. Not too much. You need that. We want it to be given more later down the road. I feel like the anime did that, but it was too short. It was too short-lived. So I'm excited to see where that goes. Obviously, Broly intercepts. I think it's a completely different the way that he does it in the anime. In the anime, it's legendary Super Saiyan version of Broly. Then he goes into Limit Break. Now, we see Broly. He's in normal Super Saiyan 4. And he's blocking Limit Break Vegito. So it looks like we're going to get Super Saiyan 4 Broly versus Super Saiyan 4 Vegito. And spoiler warnings, but we know also unlocks Limit Break. This chapter was awesome. Definitely the best chapter of this arc thus far. So let me know what you guys think down below. I cannot wait to see Toa versus Ribeiro hopefully expanded upon in the manga. It was my favourite episode in the anime. It still is. But that's going to do it for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Like the review if you did it. Thumbs up. I appreciate that. Subscribe to the channel for more Super Dragon Ball Heroes. Leave your comments down below. Thank you for all your continued support. Catch you guys later. Thanks guys. Bye.